Laugh about it on a lunch break.
What's at stake?
What was once one now separate.
Enslaved,
Fucking pig.
incarcerated.
In the waking fears, freedom of speech, I have your ass walking on the tears.
Hey you, have you heard? Radio these days strictly for the birds. Guess that's why the bird is the word. I said bird, 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 the bird is the word. Oh well, my bad, I guess that you haven't heard. The industry operates on the borderline absurd. By design, raps program you with every word. All these chart-topping tracks pay to get that shit heard. Upon deeper inspection, exposure, mumble raps talking 100% nonsense. I guess the platform transformed to a stank-ass dog shit. What the fuck, all this shit pumped into the airwaves. Brain rotting away, but I'm here to change this. Lyrically devastations, are you trying to play it? Firing microphones so the sleep can be awakened. Seven to tether the connection you need when we go into the brain. Chips linking up with machinery so that humans are done away with. How does no one see it is written of our faces, telling us the evil plans and we so stupid and complacent. Face it, if life was a cop, then they would shoot a pepper spray this new dumbass idiot generation. Lastly said it's best rephrased. Shit, gotta stop before we end up as slaves in the United States of America, land of corporations. United States.
Laugh about it on a lunch break.
What's at stake?
What was once one now separate.
Enslaved,
Fucking pig.
incarcerated.
In the waking fears, freedom of speech, I'll have your ass walking on the tears.
Oh fuck, I'm actually not done yet, no. You people don't need me to structure the flows. Repetition is spell cast and let it be known. They change the way your brain is wired through subliminals, so that you regress and tiptoe around the rabbit holes. I'm not here to make it into the sheeple's playlist. I'm here to open up your eyes to the war silently against us that's been waged in. Hopefully sparking some motivation that eventually leads to changes that benefit everyone instead of corporate puppet masters that remain faceless. So I structured these to get the point across and conform to no one's basics. I'm Johnny motherfucking Guns, looking for a way out of the matrix. The United States of America.
Hereinafter referred to as the entity or the corporation, whereas the ends of in base sustenance. Citizens, residents, and other persons situated within the entity may engage in laughter, levity, or dismissive commentary regarding the state of the aforementioned entity, whereas said entity, formerly perceived as unified in purpose, governance, collective identity, has undergone notable structural, ideological, and socio-economic bifurcation. Whereas numerous inhabitants are now subject to conditions analogous to servitude or involuntary subjugation, thereafter designated as enslavement, often administered and perpetuated by representatives as law enforcement. Whereas said enforcement may lead to the involuntary detainment, imprisonment, or incarceration of individuals, especially under circumstances involving expressions of constitutionally protected speech. Therefore, the undersigned poses the following interrogatory.
Hey you, have you become cognizant of the current state of the broadcast
Communication industry, wherein said industry, i.e. terrestrial and digital radio, has been reduced to content consumable predominantly by avian species, strictly for the bird, or at minimum, devoid of substantive communicative value.
The bird is the word.
Just hereinafter entered into the record as evidence of absurdity. Further, if the addressed party remains uninformed of said conditions, it must be noted that the music and media industry, as structured and maintained, operates under conditions that may be legally described as absurd. That lyrical content in contemporary rap compositions is engineered via algorithmic and psychological manipulation to reprogram neurological pathways in the consumer. That commercial success of said compositions is often a function, not of merit but of economic transactions, effectuating increased exposure. Upon further analysis, the declarant finds that the proliferation of so-called mumble rap comprises a near total absence of semantic content, while 100% nonsense. That auditory transmissions in the form of airwaves are presently inundated with cognitively degenerative material. That such transmissions have caused widespread mass traffic within the citizenry. Accordingly, Accordingly, the declarant issues a formal declaration of intent to enact linguistic and rhetorical devastation upon said musical hegemony, to reignite critical consciousness via oratory instruments, bioing microphones, to sever all bio-digital links facilitating transhumanist assimilation, particularly neural integrations with artificial systems. Whereas said integrations, if left unchecked, may result in the obsolescence of Homo sapien.
It is further alleged that the entity's operatives, media, government, TechNet, publicly disclose elements of these agendas, yet the general population remains unaware due to apathy, indoctrination, or intellectual complacency. Face it, were life to assume the role of law enforcement, it would likely discharge a firearm or deploy chemical agents, e.g. pepper spray, against the citizenry. The declarant hereby recognizes that the current generation may be deemed in legal terms as willfully negligent, cognitively impaired, and in dereliction of their civic duties. Failure to reverse course may result in irrevocable status changes from free individuals to under de facto martial, economic, or technocratic law. United States of America, hereinafter reaffirmed as a corporation engaged in the commodification of freedom. Whereas during deprecational breaks designated for nutritional consumption, frivolous discourse about systemic collapse is encouraged and ignored. Whereas civic unity has eroded and fractured. Whereas institutional oppression and extrajudicial enforcement actions persist. Whereas freedom of expression, though nominally protected, has become grounds for punitive administrative housing, i.e.
The tears drawn to
further testimony of the declarant.
oh fuck, I'm not done.
That conventional poetic structure is not requisite for an accurate transmission of ideology. That repetition functions as a neuro-linguistic spell-casting mechanism. That subliminal content, including but not limited to two-rural frequencies, contributes to mass cognitive regression. That the declarant's objective is not marketability or playlist inclusion, but epistemic warfare against clandestine global initiatives.
Let the record show
That the declarant seeks to induce socio-political awareness and form an ideological resistance. That faceless entities, corporate puppet masters retain disproportionate control. That linguistic expression shall not be subjected to aesthetic normalization. Declaration concludes with a final affirmation.
I'm Johnny motherfucking Guns from a digitally simulated carceral state, colloquially known as the Matrix.